everybody. It's been a while since I was last on here. Thank you for joining me. So today I'm going to be revealing the latest subscription box, our latest craft box. For those who got the first one at Christmas, excuse me if I keep turning to the right, but I've got a laptop on as well. Actually, I must just say that my daughter is doing the filming because of social distancing, so it's just myself and her here today. Yeah, I hope you're all well. So yes, so today I'm going to be revealing the latest craft subscription box. It's really off-putting. I'm doing it so that when you all send in your messages, flood in with all your messages, I can look at them and read them.
Jennifer Rice says hello.
Hi Jen. Lovely to see you the other day. She got a doorstop delivery from us, so that was really nice. So I hope you've had a chance to play with your craft box. So yes, let's get started. So if you've ordered it, it will come in this lovely box, which of course you can keep. You can decorate this lovely box as well, because we like to do things like that, don't we? And I shall open it up. And you get some really nice pink tissue paper. And then inside are all your goodies. So this creation is, I've called it the Birdhouse Beauties. So you will get your instructions, step-by-step photo instructions. There's 3 pages. You know what crafting is like, what card making is like. There's so many different elements, so many different steps to making a card sometimes. This is not a card that I've done before, so for those of you that come on my classes, this isn't one that you would have done with me, but I have got to just say thank you to Auntie Pam. She knows who she is. She inspired me with this card. A couple of years ago she came in the shop and she showed me a card she created, and it's been in my head ever since, and it is going back 2 years, because obviously we were shut for most of last year, so going back 2019, and it's been in my head, and I'm really pleased that I've managed to bring it to you in the subscription box. So I'll show you the card in a minute. Even more waiting. So you're going to get an embossing folder, you're going to get this really lovely birdhouse branch die, and then a nesting heart die set. So I think there's 6, 7, 8 dies in that one. So you get all of that. You'll get your 5x5 card blank, which is what you'll make your card from, and then a 6x6 envelope. I'm hoping those of you that have ordered have got all of this in there. And then I've got 5 pieces of different colour cards, okay, for you to have a play with all the different elements. And then there'll be some little freebies, so you'll get some gems, but you'll also have had some cutouts of the wood panels, which I've taken out because I'm going to use them in my little demo, just to give you a couple of other options with your card. I'm going to pop that away. Let me show you the card that you would have made if you've got it. So very cute. Can I stand it like that?
Yes, you can.
Little birdhouse. I love it. It's a really effective card, and actually really quite simple to make. All the measurements are in your instructions. It's just a couple of cuts, and then you're good to go with the embossing, and then your roof as well. And then it shows the bird branch across there. The heart die, if you can see, it's been used to cut the aperture in the card. And then you're also doing some nesting die, some frame cutting, I should say, with your nesting dies. You'll create the frame and then your little heart at the top. Okay, well, okay, yeah, I've got a few things to show you. So in the instructions I would have put some other examples of what you can make from the bits that are left over. So when you've cut your hearts out and things like that, you don't have to throw it all away. And obviously I made quite a few samples, so I had a lot of hearts, and I had a lot of the birdhouses that come on the branch die. This was another one, so a variation. Can you just see the ridges in the wood paneling? Now that's, I would have cut some of those for you, which has gone into your kit, but it's just showing you the variation. Now all of these elements are sold separately, and you can find them on our website. If you go to the subscription box on the website, all of these little elements are listed separately. And then I've done a white gel pen around the heart, and then on the inside I have stamped a sentiment. Excuse the muckiness, I was trying to hide that. and then we've got, you can see the stamp through there. This was another sort of like leftover heart and leftover little house. Again, I've just stamped on it, kept it quite simple. I think that's the one everybody likes because of the simplicity of it. I do like simple cards, as all my craft ladies will know. And then again, using leftovers, I've made this one. So I like to, when I do my own card making, I either just like to have the white space in my card, or I like to do an embossed background. So I've embossed a separate panel of cardstock, and then it just lifts your card blank. And then I've added my leftover birdhouses. And then there's this one that I've done as well, and this one I've stamped with our wood panel. This one's actually slightly bigger. This is where I was starting, and then I reduced the size of it for the craft box. So I'm going to show you how to do the wood paneling stamping today, and then yeah, I'll share those ones in a minute. I won't give it all away just yet. Of other options that you can do with your bits and bobs in your kit. Actually, I might do. Now, see, do I do those bits first before I do the messy bits? I'm gonna use the Big Shot. I'm gonna go onto the die cutting machine first, I think, because I get really messy when I do inking, and it would be better if I did this first. So one of the things I created, obviously coming up to Valentine's, this is actually quite a usable set, this, or craft box I should say. It's going to be used for other events. Was a Valentine's card for my hobby. Luckily he's not on Facebook, so he won't see this, he won't know. But what I did is I used the largest of your dies to create my little card. And then these were left over from when I was doing my samples. And then I wrote, "Oh, you're stitched into my heart." We normally make rude cards. I was quite pleased that I didn't have to on this occasion. I'm just going to quickly demo how to do that using your dies. Now you can use any size card blank. Oh, I've got to just bring me a big man over. Yeah, you can use. Actually, I'll leave it there. I don't need to see. So I use the Big Shot. I like the Big Shot. So I'm just folding my card blank, and then I'm going to take my large die. Now you may well have already done this technique and used other shapes as well. So I've folded my card. I'm laying my large heart, so I've gone for the largest one out of the set, over my card front, but I'm just going across the hinge, so the fold of the card, the die is just laying over the top. Can you see that? Now what you can do is also bring it down. Can you see there? Because you need your card to be able to stand up flat, so you can either cut the end off afterwards, after you've die cut it, or you can cut it off now. I'm going to pop that on there, and then I'm popping it onto into my plates. Look, I've even treated myself to a new Big Shot plate, because the other one was just an absolute mess. It would be embarrassing. Now I'm going to go through a couple of times because the card blanks are quite thick. Cardstock, GSM. Might just have a quick nose. There we go, take it off. Oh, I left some bits on there. And then it opens up, and then there's your card blank. Okay, that doesn't there. Okay. Right, now that's good. I'm glad that's done that. There we go. Ta-da! And then you can go on and decorate it. Obviously you don't have to do quite what I've done, but then you can go on and decorate it using all the different size hearts. You could do like rainbow colours maybe in all the hearts. That'd be actually quite sweet. So you cut a different size, the next size heart down in your rainbow colours. Okay. So that's something else that you can do with your set of dies. And then with your embossing folder, I love embossing folders. I do think they can lift your card. So this is a 5x5 square dotty. Everybody has to have a dotty embossing folder in their stash. They're so usable. So you've got a raised side and then you've got a deboss side. Now I'm going to emboss my envelope. It's not something many people think of doing. Let me just show you. but it just lifts it. So if you were sending a card like this and you've embossed the front of your card, to emboss your envelope, it just pulls it in. Obviously leave a space for where you're going to write the recipient's name and address. If you are posting it, obviously be aware of the postage stamp going up there, otherwise Mr. Postman won't be impressed, the post lady won't be impressed. So to emboss an envelope, depending on what size machine you've got, I need to keep mine folded. So open up your platform and just lay your plates down as a normal sandwich, but I go down to my lowest plate because lots of embossing folders are coming through thicker now, and it's quite a good habit to just get into going down to your bottom plate. So this is my envelope, and I'm just going to pop it part way, okay, because that, I know my envelope fits in there because it's 6 by 6. My big shots are 6 by 6. I'm going to pop that on there, and then send it through the machine. There are obviously other lead-in die cutter machines available, and there we go. Just gives you a really nice finish. And then you could do the other side if you want to. Again, just doing the same, lining it up as much as you can. They look nice with like a little florally embossing folder, and then send that through. But of course, embossing folders are so versatile. You can use them for a lot of things. So there we go. Okay, moving on. So if there's anything anybody wants to see, you must let me know. I'm going to do some inking. So in the instructions and on the sample, I did sort of like highlight the fact that I'd inked one of the samples, you know, because you get quite a light green in the kit. So if you wanted to dull it down, you could just use your distress inks. Actually, I think I cut that one out of white card. I inked the card and then I die cut, and then I just went and darkened some certain areas. But I will just, if I can get this out of here, there we go. I will quickly show you how I've done it. In fact, you probably all know how to do it. It's quite simple. I've got a very, very green, this is Mowed Lawn distress ink. And I'm just going to pop this, I don't know what's happened to this one, but it's a juicy one. And then I've got my little smoothies, so I'm just going to pull it away because I don't want to go and put too much on. And I'm just going to bounce over my branch. I know what I haven't got, and that is the tissue to wipe. Thank you, Maddie. More helpful assistant. So I'm just bouncing over the branch. I'm avoiding, oh no, I was going to say I'm avoiding the birdhouse, but clearly I haven't. I could use the other end of my sponge. And then where I would like it darker, I'm just going to rub. I bought a bit of paper actually to do this on, but I've completely forgotten. How's everybody going? So I still have some of these boxes available on our website. It is limited as to how many, and then I'm in the process of making the next one. It's very exciting. So there we go. So that's how I've just changed the colour of my bird branch. And I would like to show you another card where I went a bit funky on this one. So I know it's very simple background. I probably would have done a little bit more. On this one, I changed the colour of the birdhouse. So I cut it again in the pink that you get in your card. And then I've cut my flowers out, my birdies, popped them onto a 3D foam pad. So that raises them, which we also do in the kit as well. But then on here, I've punched out some little pink flowers from the daisy punch. Now, before you all go looking for this on the website, I'm really sorry, but we haven't got any. I'm trying desperately to get them back in stock, but yeah. So any little flower you might have, and then using an embossing tool, I'm just going to squash in the middle, and it brings up your flower. I don't hold the flower, you've got to let it just go with the embossing tool, otherwise you don't really get the shape. So just a bit of pressure in the middle, and it just brings up. Now you could double these up. I single these up, and when I looked at it again, I thought, oh, that would look nice. You could actually use a different colour out of your kit. You've got some other colour card in there. I don't know if I like it actually. It's up to you. If not, we'll just go ahead and we can stick them down onto my branch. So I just go random. I'm just going to pop the glue onto there. Oh, I really shouldn't do this on my mat. Okay, and then you pop your flowers on top. So this is just adding another 3D dimension to it. There we go. And then with your free gems that you get in your kit, you can add them in the middle, and then it's a case of die cutting it again and getting your birdies. There's one birdie. Getting your birdies and cutting them out. This is the tricky part, isn't it? Just getting them cut. So one there. So this is all something that is explained in the kit anyway, but I just took it another step further. I thought I would show you how it's done. So I'm just going to nick them 2 bits off. Again, if you want to shape him, you can do. And then 3D foam pads. I've lost my favourite pokey tool, so I'm having to use my one that's got a bent end. It still does the job. And then we're going to stick them down. Line them up. Sorry, I'm covering it up. There we go. Get them lined up as much as you can. So this is just showing you the inking technique, really. Got a bit carried away doing this little bit. So showing you the inking technique, and then you can add your gems so it will look something similar to the one that I've done down here. Okay, and now quickly I would just like to show you. So that's the wood panel die. I'm going to yes, it is a die. How I've inked it up and how the difference. Can you see the difference? I know this is a Lou technique as well. She loves doing this kind of thing. My glue's dribbling. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I start off really nice, neat and tidy, and I'm just there's stuff everywhere. So I'm just going to pop my brown. I've got vintage photos, so it's quite dark. Don't start writing into the complaints department about me using the same smoothie. I bung these in the wash. I put them in like a little bag or a sock or something, and I bung them in the wash, and then it cleans them. So it's almost stain as opposed to ink. So just going over, so a bit like how we did the bird branch. I'm just going to pour the ink over onto my, this is more like a trunk, this bit, isn't it? Is that wobbling? Everybody's going to get
It's because I was leaning against
Sorry,
it.
she's leaning against the table, and the table's a bit of a wobble. I could just see an owl sat on this one. Okay, so there you go. So it's brought out the grains in the wood and makes it look rather effective. Can you see that? So you start with it just on plain, and then it moves to that. So that's the die. So that is one of our dies as well. So again, that's on our website. And then the last thing I would like to share with you is the stamping. And I need another card blank. So imagine this is your, oh, this is going to ping, isn't it? Imagine this is your birdhouse. So you've cut out your birdhouse and you fancy stamping it. I did one. What have I done with that? Okay, not to worry. Now it's quite a large stamp. If you've got an acrylic block, brilliant. Bung it on your acrylic block. If you haven't, you can just stamp it as it is. You haven't got to pop it on anything. I tried it in a stamping platform, but because I need the whole of the card stamping, the magnets were going to be in the way, so I'm doing it this way. So take your ink pad, again, just use vintage photo. Distress inks are a lot better, they don't give you too heavy an image. And then I'm going to go that way. I'm going to try and be technical about it, but I know it's not going to work. I'm going to try and do it, yeah, I don't really know, I'm just going to go with it. So ink, stamp up, inked on top. I'm just going to lay my card down on that and then roll over it. Bit of pressure. You could be really, really good if you want to, and pencil mark the top of the stamp. It's all a bit too technical for me, but I think sometimes winging it is better. Now I know how I got the ink in that card. Look, I am so messy. And then hopefully, there you go, gives you a really nice wood grain. And then if you imagine that across the front of the card as well, and then just quickly re-ink up your stamp, and then where you had the pencil line, try and line that up. Yeah, we'll just go with it, because obviously the stamp isn't as big as the card, so
The card isn't as big
or
as
the
the
card
stamp.
isn't as big as, no, what?
The card isn't as big as the stamp.
The
You said
card's
you-
bigger than the stamp.
Oh, I thought the stamp was bigger than
No.
the card.
The
Oh.
card's bigger than the stamp. If not, I could just stamp the whole thing at once.
Okay, that would make more sense.
You'll need to think before you speak. I need to think before I speak as well. There we go. Oh my word, that's perfect. That's the best one I've done. I've got no overlapping or anything. Oh, well chuffed. And then wipe off the excess ink from your stamp. So if I go and grab matey there, oh, that's quite nice. Stick a bit, no, maybe not. You could probably stick a bit of that somewhere, but maybe not. No, that doesn't quite go with that one. But that looks quite nice as a background as well. Okay, I think that's everything I'd like to share with you. Is there any questions? Does anybody need to know anything about what I've done? Oh, I hope not. I'm just having a quick look. No.
I think they've been
Brilliant.
answered.
So thank you though. Thank you to everybody that's bought the craft box and for supporting us. We really, oh no, I've just remembered the white gel pen. How could I forget? How could I forget? Again, this is something we do sell separately. You could probably see it on there actually. The little white gel pen that I've done around the edges, and it is a matter of taking your white gel pen and going around the edges. So faux stitching. Okay. Now with this heart die, actually it embosses the edges. It's quite nice, so you do have a little guideline to follow around the edge. You'll know what I mean if you see it. I'm not going to carry it on because I think I've been talking for too long, but yeah. Okay, I would just like to say one thing. I spoke to a friend the other day, Vicky, and she said that she'd hired a decorator. Apparently he was an ex-pilot. He was very good at the landing. Over and out. Bye bye.